Well, the sun is shining here on Surrey Sports Park in Guildford, England for the men's final in our squad division. Jonas Willinger and Henry Pilliard back with you to wrap up the World Championship in the biggest possible way.
Yeah, this is exciting. We got to watch the U.S. women just win a gold medal. Have to think that for the U.S. men, maybe feeling a little bit of momentum, a little bit of home country pride from that. Going to take that good morale into this series against Canada, which we mentioned, the women's was a rematch of the 2022 finals. This men's squad final, also a rematch from Belgium 2 years ago. The U.S. and Canada squared off. U.S. taking that one 3-2. Very close match, came down to the last net.
It was a very intense conclusion, but the reigning world champions take on the reigning runner-up here in the men's squad final. We're not wasting any time, diving right into it. We're bringing you nets 1 and 2, teams A and B, these matchups first. And then just like the women's squad final, we will then bring you the next 3 nets simultaneously, bouncing between them to give you as much coverage as possible. The crowd continuing to filter in, everyone grabbing some lunch, getting refreshed after our amazing women's final. And now we tune in to net number 1, the A net here. It's Kingdom Come versus In System. It's Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk against Etienne, Cote, and Blake Bosak. Now moving to net 2. Checking in on this lethal matchup. On one hand, you have Gagnon and Emerson Dean for Team Canada, Will Picone and Gabe Finocchi for the U.S.
Yeah, a lot of mixtures of serving and defense on this net. Picone, obviously one of the best servers in the world, just so consistent. Rarely double faults, although we did just see it there as I say that. And then Gabriel Finocchi, one of the better all-around players in the world.
Well, an incredible play by Matt Cole on our top net here. A diving set for the ages to get Grant Klapwijk the ball and to get the U.S. a chance to serve again. What a way to get things started. Just know that 2 points into both of these games, they are going to be electric.
Yeah, Matt Cole loves to dive for those sets. So athletic, and he's so good at getting them over the net.
Well, a great serve there from him, and a touch from Klapwijk. Kingdom Come, this is what they've been doing so consistently throughout this tournament. They may not be converting every touch, but they are getting their hands on every ball they can. Net 2, Finocchi serving to Dean. A big one, but a recovery from Dean puts that ball past Picone.
Emerson Dean is such a wall on serve receive. He always seems to get to every ball, no matter how wide.
Well, it's Gagnon serving for Canada on our second net. He goes with the right, and it's a gapper. Picone didn't have a chance.
Gagnon is so ambidextrous from 7 feet. Loves faking both ways, and he can get it out wide.
Well, here's Klapwijk looking to do the same thing on net 1. A reverse cut for the ages again. And there's the hype from Matt Cole you just love to see.
Well, if you haven't watched Grant Klapwijk much, you better get used to seeing stuff like that. He hits nutty serves all the time.
Well, the reigning STS champions, the Spike Ball Tour Series champions, and they were for, well, that is one of several reasons. Grant Klapwijk serving. When he gets hot, there is nothing like it. Another reverse. This one at least touched by Bosak, but it's not going to matter.
And Matt Cole getting loud. It's not uncommon to see him energetic after a Klapwijk serve, but I don't know if I've ever heard him get this loud.
Doing whatever he can to bring that energy here into this final. He knows how important this is. Klapwijk going again. Cote knows he's got to play this. Big boom into Klap's body, bounces away.
And Jonah, you mentioned Matt Cole knowing how important this game is. In system, now the silver medalist this week in the individual bracket if Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk are able to snag this first net, that is absolutely massive for the United States.
Haven't seen these squads come up against each other yet, but what we have seen is a lot of US-Canada rivalries this week, especially in the individual competition. Canada has largely had success over the US. Great hit there from Finocchi to keep things going on net 2. But it's Canada who has a slight lead here after we saw that earlier serve from Gagnon. 4-6, Finocchi faking, goes reverse, doesn't find it. Gabe again. Goes reverse again, and that one is clean. No touch ace for Finocchi.
Well, the commentator jinx holds true. We just talked about how good Emerson Dean's serve receive is. And if anything, that just highlights how phenomenal that serve from Finocchi was.
Back on court 1, the dive from Bosak. Athleticism on full display. Matt Cole asking for the observers to call simul, meaning he contacted the ball and the net at the same time. Not a call we see very often. Big party here last night. The world's after party, famous for its attendance, for how crazy it can get. Blake Bosak on his way there, downing water. Left early, committed to this final. Knew what he had to do to stay prepared and get prepared.
Bang! Let's go!
Bang from Bosak.
Wow, that one was not only wide, but how fast was that serve, Jonah? Matt Cole not even able to get his hand up to the ball in time. I don't think he was beat wide. It just was traveling too fast for him to react.
One of the most dangerous servers in the world when he gets hot. Here's another one. Klapwijk receives it well. What a creative shot from Klapwijk again.
And we're going to continue to see that. Grant Klapwijk has one of the deepest hitting bags in the world, if not the deepest. He'll pull out shots you can never even dream of.
Dean faking both ways. The way Clark Marshall, I believe, describes Emerson's serving bag, I think the word was kooky that he used.
Yeah, that is the exact word he used, Jonah.
Here's Gagnon, but a great touch here for the U.S. Picone gets it back on. Off net lefty, spins around and does it.
Are you joking? Will Picone started on the other side of the net. The set from Finocchi was tough. Got it back near the net, but it was still a good 5 feet on the other side of the net from Picone. He used his feet to get there, and kind of a 180 spinning around lefty pull past Dean on defense. Wow.
Finocchi reverse, great one. Dean handles it into the gap, a touch up for the U.S., but they will not track that ball down.
We're going to see that kind of scrappy defense from Picone and Finocchi all day. They both have no problems with getting in the turf, diving for balls, and getting those sets back to the net that you don't really expect them to.
Well, it's 9-8, Canada up by 1. Great swing there from Gagnon. It's the lefty, and that's a break for Canada.
Yeah, Gagnon got Picone with the right offhand serve earlier. Looks like Picone might have been cheating that way a little bit too much.
We just saw a reverse from Matt Cole. My God, he's feeling good.
That's so fun to see. Matt Cole just adding that reverse to the bag. About a year ago, was always kind of a cut and jam player. Started throwing that reverse in, and it's been getting better quickly.
Well, the energy out here from Canada-US right now so far, these two games have been electric. Just saw another good play on court 2 from Gagnon. Good serve from Cole here on net 1. Bosak, the push. Smart off-speed hit into Matt Cole's body. Gagnon serving again. Nice lead now for Canada. Fakes left a couple times, ends up with the right, finds the front rim. Second serve. It's good. Picone handles it. Important set for Finocchi. The dive from Picone just comes up short. Another break for Canada. 12-8 on the rotation.
Part of what makes receiving Gagnon so tough is that his serves don't always spin the same amount. Some will jump super wide, and then some won't jump as much, and they'll come at your body. That one kind of came at Picone's left hip, forced an awkward touch, and then too tough of a set for Finocchi.
Klapwijk serving on court 1. Right now, the U.S. small lead here. 10-7. Goes for that reverse swing. Doesn't quite find the contact on his hand he wanted. Gagnon serving again on court 2. Finocchi moving, jammed up, but handles it. Great hit off the body and out of play.
And that's another one from Gagnon that doesn't cut as much and jams the receiver up, but this time Finocchi read it a little better, able to get a good touch on it.
Well, just a chip up and over the shoulders of Cote there. Bosak will handle it. Great touch from Klap. Here's Matt Cole, but he just hits it into the rim. Always the sportsman, Matt Cole, calling that hit on himself. No debate there.
And that's so unfortunate. What a phenomenal reflexive soft touch from Grant Klapwijk there. But Canada, too solid getting that point.
Here's Cote. It's a good swing. Wrap there from Matt Cole as he had to work his way around the no-hit zone. Excellently handled. Court 2. Here's Dean. Wow, what a serve there. Finocchi over his shoulder. That one was tough. We saw that conversion earlier, but it's not the kind of thing that you're going to see happen more than once.
Picone not really getting beat on serve receive wide in any way. He's just not getting the cleanest touches, and it's forcing these off-net sets from Finocchi that just aren't as crisp as you'd want them to be.
Well, Canada in control on the B net. The U.S. slight lead on the A net.
Let's go, Blake.
Each match a best of 3. Game 1 right now on both. Great swing from Blake Bosak, who does it. What a serve from him. Great cut.
And again, it's the pace from Bosak. Klapwijk looked to be there in terms of getting out to the cut, but just too fast for him to get his hand in front of the ball in time.
That's the thing with this matchup between In-System and Kingdom Come. Both teams can be so streaky. You can have Bosak going on a run. You can have Klapwijk going on a run. No lead is safe with these 4 men on the net. A fantastic hold there from Matt Cole, getting the energy up.
That receive from Matt Cole was ludicrous, Jonah. It almost looked like he was going to get beat, stuck his hand out, and then it started on his palm, and he wrapped his fingers around it and carried it, looping it back towards Klapwijk for the set.
Playing through the rim, Cote. Great hit. Matt Cole overran it.
A very smart shot from Cote there. Most people would elect for the backhand wrap, backhand pull, but Cote knowing that that's where Matt Cole is rotating on defense and opts for the push.
Well, you mentioned the serve receive from Cole. This was part of their insane run at the STS Championship in 2023. You could almost count how many times Matt Cole got aced on one hand, it felt like. Balls were not getting by the guy. Great serve there from Dean. Good hit into the body of Dean, but over and away. The U.S. will take the point there. Here's Cote on court 1 getting ready, while on court 2, we see Finocchi to serve. Lefty had the space, a little too high. Well, Canada still up by 5 now on court 2. Dean, great set, and Gagnon with the push. Another fantastic hold.
can't even begin to describe how good that set from Emerson Dean is. Sprinting away from the net, no idea where it is, just the awareness to locate the net. Like he got eyes in the back of his head.
Finocchi receives this well. The set from Picone, though, bit of a mess. We see a collision on the ground from Gagnon and Finocchi. Probably going to see this one replayed. Timeout taken on net one, as we saw a no-hit zone violation called on Matt Cole. I believe tying the game up. So they are away from the net. We'll see them resume in a moment. Gagnon serving again. It's great, but Finocchi gets a hand on it. Step through push. Excellent choice.
Phenomenal hold from Finocchi here. The ability to shuffle his feet. Just great footwork. Impeccable footwork from Finocchi on the receive to get to that offhand righty cut from Gagnon.
Well, Picone now getting dry, readying himself for this serve. Meanwhile, check out court one. Here's Cote, good swing there. Klapwijk, deceptive, the dive from Cote. You know he wanted a chance at that one, and really he did. That's the athleticism you're gonna get from Etienne. Just when it looks like he's got no chance, he's popping up and making it work. Good swing there from Cole. A little too high. Big run down here on court two. Set from Picone is good. Finocchi, the diving attempt as he came back on the net. So close, yet so far.
What a set from Gagnon there. Just whipping it back towards the net for Dean, who loves to hit those high and far.
Canada still in control there. A bit more contentious right now on court one. We'll take you there now. Wow, that power from Bosak. You can hear it.
Come on, Mike, let's go.
5-3, 15-13. Reverse. Cole with his body. Klapwijk cannot convert the set. Canada continue to move on here.
It's another instance of serve not beating someone wide, but just jumping not as much as the receiver expects and jamming them up at their hit.
Let's go, Blake, right away. Bang, bang, come on.
Well, 16-13 now. If Blake can find another,
Let's go!
called clean. Now it's looking great for Team Canada right now.
This is not the man you want to see get hot if you're on the side of the USA. Blake Bosak, one of the streakier but deadlier servers in the world.
Well, Gabe Finocchi can do it too. We see an ace from him there. Still a deep hole for the United States on court two. Another good serve, the tough recovery. Picone cannot track it down. These miracle holds continue for Gagnon and Dean.
And that's one thing they do so well. They're both so athletic, both such great setters. Even after a tough serve receive like that one from Gagnon, Emerson is able to put it near the net for Gagnon to put it away.
Well, 19-13, that one just about wrapped up. Still a little closer on our first court. Bosak to serve. First one goes high. This one within reach for Kingdom Come. Matt Cole trying to bring this energy back, getting the crowd involved. This version of Matt Cole, not one we see very often, but God Henry is a blast.
Yeah.
This is fun to watch.
Playing through. Tough set. Kingdom Come, they're all over this. There's the flick. Cote diving, what a conversion. The quick reactions over the net, and somehow Team Canada pull it off.
That's clutch from Cote and Bosak. Matt Cole gave Klapwijk a good set over the net. Normally expect Klapwijk to put that away. He's a great hitter. Just didn't make the right choice over the net. And Team Canada with a clutch hold.
Well, nothing changing on court two. You're not missing anything there. It is Canada in control. Cote to serve. You hear Matt Cole asking Grant to get him the ball. Cote swings his right. They won't play it.
Hey, who's counting 5? Which one of you counting 5? Thank you.
Wait for a second.
Goes left this time, no good. Matt Cole will get the ball now with a chance to bring the U.S. back into this fight. Court 2 now, game point for Canada. First serve from Dean, too high. Second serve from Dean is also a little high. Need a big run for Finocchi here.
And we know Finocchi can shine in these moments. He's so experienced on the big stage.
Matt Cole double faulting on our first net. You're not missing any action there. Finocchi will stay here. Going for his second serve now, needs it if the U.S. want to take this first game or have a chance. Again, these best of 3 matches. Taking game 1, so important. Good reverse. Dean handles it, a bomb. Picone cannot track it down. Canada takes game 1 in that matchup. Meanwhile, net 1, huge run down from Cote. Gets it back in an awkward pocket. Matt Cole's gonna call it bad, and they'll turn to the observers as that hit was straight into the rim, but had that awkward bounce right back the other way that it's hard to tell sometimes if it caught the net or the rim.
I expect this to be called rim. Matt Cole trying to make a play on it. Out of fear of that call right there, which is clean from the observers. Very shocking. If you think about the physics of it, not sure how that ball would bounce backwards 20 feet if it
hit the net first.
Hit the net first,
yeah.
But alas, called clean by the observer.
Good serve from Bosak, and a big one to close out game 1 for Team Canada. A clean start, wins on both the nets in this first series, and that is exactly what Team Canada were looking to do. This is, of course, a rematch of the World Championship 2 years ago. Canada, after their performance in the individual division this year, you know, Henry, they are hungry to take this gold medal home.
Definitely, and that's the start that not only that they wanted, but that they really needed. It's widely considered that the United States has a deeper lineup than Canada. So if Canada's going to take this victory in the gold medal match, it's going to come at the top, starting with these A and B nets.
It's got to happen here. These two, if Canada want to win, you got to think you need the wins. Not just in this first game, but you need to close out the series against Cole and Klapwijk, against Picone and Finocchi. And so far, they are well on their way to doing that very thing. Both games started out close very quickly. Canada was able to take control against Finocchi and Picone. A few points later, it was Bosak and Cote who went on a run to take that momentum right back. If you are in the shoes of, let's say, Picone and Finocchi here, you know you've played against Gagnon and Dean countless times at this point in various combinations over the last 2 years. What do you need to do to take this second game and force that game 3?
Well, I'm glad you asked me about Finocchi and Picone because I think really the only adjustment that they need to make is some minor adjustments when receiving Gagnon. It looks like they're biting on the fakes a little bit too much, and it's getting them out of position. And then Gagnon hitting some serves that normally wouldn't ace them, but they're forcing some bad touches because the receiver is out of position.
That's fair.
In terms of from the serving line, I don't think you change anything. You're forcing a lot of bad receives. Dean and Gagnon have done well to recover them back to the net, but that's not the most sustainable practice. I think you want to keep putting those serves on and not go for anything extra that you haven't been going for already.
No, it's a great observation. We are seeing Gagnon and Dean out of system a lot. They're not quite in that easy 1-2-3 routine. They've been making a lot of out-of-system plays, which, of course, looks incredible, but it's typically a little easier to defend, yet we just haven't seen Finocchi and Picone getting those touches on those out-of-system hits.
Right, and then on the first net, I think if you look at receiving Blake Bosak, not an easy task for anyone in the entire world. I almost think that Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk should take a small step back from the net, which is not normally the advice you give to someone receiving an ambidextrous server like Bosak, but it seems like they're getting beat by the pace right now and not wide. So until Blake Bosak is beating you wide, you want to take a small step off the net so you give yourself more time to react to where the ball's going.
Well, action just about to resume on our top court right now. Bosak and Cote exchanging some words here. Cote offering maybe a piece of advice or two to Bosak before he gets going. Cole and Klapwijk seem ready to go and eager to get some of that momentum back on their side. They had it early in that first game, but lost it when Bosak got hot and when Cote just kept getting those touches. They'll have to change here if the United States want to move into game 3 with at least a game 2 victory under their belt. Big moment here for Finocchi and Picone as well. Picone hasn't had the best luck of the draw when it's coming to calls against him this week. From talking to him, it sounds like he feels that just about every possible thing has gone against him. And whether or not that is true, it seems that this crowd is kind of treating Picone as a bit of a villain this week, which you got to think, knowing Will, powers him up a little bit.
Oh, definitely. Picone feeds off of that. He doesn't really care too much whether or not you see him as a good guy or a bad guy out there on the net. He's out there to win.
And we're looking to do that in this second game. Starting things off here with Gagnon on our second court, serving to Finocchi. Gagnon will swing away on his second serve, but will not connect. Coming up, of course, the rest of this U.S. men's squad will get their matches underway, assuming these go to game 3. Then they'll be waiting a little longer to get that done, but yet to see what kind of U.S. team we're going to see emerge here on these second games. First net as well, just getting started. We see Matt Cole with the ball on his second serve. It's clean. Well received by Bosak. Touch up, but ricocheting just out of Klapwijk's long reach. Now it's Cote. Here's Dean. A big one from Emerson. Ace for Canada again.
Wow. That one beating Picone by a few feet. Might be the best cut serve I've seen Emerson Dean hit all year.
Klapwijk now trying to do the same thing on court 1. Cut serve a little high. Emerson went for the cut. Will insisted that it hit the rim, but that thing was clean. And that is another break for Canada on court 2. Here's Klap again, court 1. Cut super wide, but Cote gets his hand on it, touches up. Here's Klapwijk. Big swing and lips over the head of Bosak. That is a big break there for the U.S.
Phenomenal play there from both teams, really, Jonah. The ability for Cote to receive that serve that is acing 99% of Roundnet players, perfectly up to Bosak, but then that body up from Klapwijk on defense, even better.
Well, he's had a lot of practice with that receive. You're seeing it pay off there. At the end of the day, it was still the U.S. who took it. Another great serve there from Klapwijk on court 1. On court 2, we see the ball go back to Gagnon as a nice hold comes through for Canada. We're hearing the communication from Etienne to Blake over on court 1. They got the touch, but that ball not popping up. Court 2, it's Gagnon, who doesn't land his first serve.
We still see Finocchi biting on these fakes, probably more than he should. He should trust his footwork a little bit more, knows that he can get out to those wide ones even without jumping.
Well, it will be a double fault for Gagnon, and Finocchi He'll get a chance there on court one. It's Matt Cole serving. Well, that will be a double fault for him. Etienne up next. Ball from the Canadian hold works its way over to court one. Etienne serving. No dice. Great serve from Dean, but well handled by Picone. And now he'll get the ball back after that 1-2-3. Hold for the U.S. on court one. Klapwijk about to serve. Here's Picone. In-step cut. Ball over the head of Finocchi's outstretched arms. Takes a lot of power to do that. Well done from Dean.
Dean generating that power. I mentioned it earlier, but not only generating the power from his arms, but his lower body as well, using the torque from his legs.
Here's Klapwijk, second serve. Wow, he had the space, swung the righty, but shorted it. Gagnon serving. Ball goes to Finocchi. A lot of side spin there from Finocchi, but the top spin just not quite there yet.
Yeah, and with how much angle he's taking on the net there, it's hard to hit it with so much pace and keep it low enough.
Well, a cheeky smile on the face of Klapwijk after a little miss-hit. Still got the job done a moment ago for the hold. Matt Cole, what a swing. Here's Bosak, the dive. That's not coming back. It's Matt Cole with a big one.
What a service from Matt Cole. And with this pairing of Cole and Klapwijk, if Matt Cole is generating some service breaks, that bodes really well for Kingdom Come because they're not really relying on him for that type of break. They're looking more for Klapwijk to generate the service pressure.
Well, despite that, we still saw a full layout from Bosak, the full commitment from Cote. Here's the lefty from Cole. Bosak, the push, touch up for Matt Cole. But again, just slightly out of reach for the second touch.
And that time it looked like some miscommunication. I think Klapwijk figured Cole would go for the soft touch. Didn't quite get there in time because Cole was not in a position to get there.
(9-6), Canada leads on court two. Serve from Gagnon is high. Second serve. Too high again. At 7-9, Finocchi gets the ball. We move to court one. Klapwijk. A cut that jams up Etienne. Great shot choice. Took the one-on-one with the defender. As a hitter, you're going to win that pretty much every time.
Right. And Jonah, Cote cheating so far for the cut on that serve that Klapwijk did hit cut, and instead of reaching out for it, Cote was able to receive it just right in front of his chest.
It's a good problem to have if you're Cote. Bosak, lethal left hand. Good night.
Wow, I don't know what Matt Cole did wrong there. I don't think he did anything wrong. Moved his feet well, but that serve from Bosak, so fast and wide, jumping off the net with that much spin.
Quickly fires the left again.
Come on. Give me the ball. Let's go. There we go, Blake.
Heard a come on from Will Picone across the pitch. Know that he got a lefty cut to secure the break. Bosak! Oh my goodness! Matt Cole signaling rim. We did see a signal from an observer that, yes, they agree it was rim, but damn, that was close.
That's a great call from Matt Cole to see that. Jonah, we had a great angle to watch how much that ball turned off the net. And the U.S. better be praising their stars that that serve caught the rim, because that beat Klapwijk by a good 4 feet.
Well, a fortunate break there for Cole and Klapwijk. Just saw a rundown from Picone on court 2. Slipped on his way back, so he could not convert on that defensive touch from Finocchi. It's Gagnon serving now. 11-9 Canada. What a diving attempt from Picone, but again, it's the fakes that seem to be doing the job for Gagnon.
Yeah, I mentioned it before game 2 started, Jonah. For Picone and Finocchi, it's a matter of not jumping on those fakes, not biting on them as much as it feels like you want to. And that time we saw Picone fighting too hard for the left.
Well, a rally there. Canada taking it after a lipped hit there from Matt Cole. Cote slides into position, gets the touch, and Canada take the point there. A big one that puts them up 10-9.
10-9 first. Service.
He gets the bite from Klapwijk.
Yes.
They'll choose to play. Excellent shot from Klapwijk as he flicks that ball out of the defensive reach.
Some discussion about whether that hit was rim or clean, I believe. It did look clean. I guess the observers are going to huddle to discuss it.
Be wild if they changed anything about that. You see Emerson serving. Confirmed that on net 1, that was a clean hit. Grid swing there from Emerson. The dive from Gabe is good, but Dean tracks it down. Here's the set. Off the mark, Picone's there. Recovery out of position from Finocchi. A big rally that puts Team Canada on top.
Yeah, great defensive play from Canada there. Picone coming up slowly, putting his body on the line. Looks like he's a little shaken up right now.
Timeout taken from the U.S. on court 2. Bosak serving on court 1. Up by 1. What a serve from Bosak again. Called back because of the rim, but good God, these are so close.
I don't think you can get much closer to being clean than that one.
10 seconds. Yes, service.
On 2 from Klapwijk. It worked. Good choice. Reassurance from his partner.
Klapwijk loves those on-twos. If you ask him, he'll tell you that he trusts his hitting from off-net more than he trusts his setting, actually, funnily enough.
11-11. Good swing from Cole, but Bosak slides to it beautifully. Boom ball. See you later. Cote looks for the left. Misses short.
Lots of fakes there. Klapwijk doing well to not bite too hard on any of them.
Great serve there from Cote. Awkward set from Cole, but he handles it. Cote is there. What a touch. Here's Cole. Klapwijk finishes it with a flick. What a rally.
And that's exactly what you love to see from Klapwijk. After watching his righty drop get up by Canada, stays in it, gets his body in front of Cote's hit, gets it up for his partner, Matt Cole, to set him up.
Wow. An important one to take there for the U.S. Would have been a dagger to lose that one. Klapwijk getting set. action just about to resume on net 2. Not quite yet. More extended timeout as Picone was not feeling great after his last dive. Klapwijk second serve. Goes for the drop. Here's Bosak. Moving to court 2. We see Dean getting ready to rip. Goes with the lefty. What a creative serve here. Picone, great set, but Dean's all over it. He dives. He puts it back on the net, and Team Canada just can't do any wrong right now.
Wow, what a diving wrap from Dean there. Looked like Picone and Finocchi might have been in good spots, but then Dean finding an angle that no one else on the net saw.
Incredible. Canada in control again. Fakes from Dean continue. Picone not phased that time. But a 4-point lead, rather a 5-point lead for Team Canada against Picone and Finocchi. Good fakes again. Picone, the boom. Great touch, but miscommunication there for Canada as they both ran to secure the set. Back to net 1 we go. It's Matt Cole with the ball.
14's first.
All tied up at 14.
No, Rim. I got you. Let's go. I got you.
First serve was rim.
14, second.
Good swing, little high on Bosak. Canada once more victorious in both game 1s. It's the U.S. If they want to force game 3, need to get out of both of these second games with a win. Picone to serve. Effective fakes, but can't land it.
Come on, Grant! Let's go!
Here Matt Cole trying to get Klapwijk into this. Swings reverse, will hit the rim. Net 2. You see Gagnon serving now. Double fault from Klapwijk, net 1. You're not missing any action there. Here's Gagnon. What a rip. What an ace. Gagnon does it again.
And Gagnon's serve percentage proving to be deadly. You're landing as many serves as he is right now. Some bad touches are bound to happen like we saw from Picone there.
He'll step right this time. Swings the left. It's low and it is lethal. Called clean. Another break for Canada. In firm control on net 2. We'll move over to net 1 in just a moment. See this serve here. Coming up from Cole.
Come on, Blake, let's go.
16's first serve.
16 all.
You see it?
We're going to stay here for now. I'll keep you updated if anything changes on net 2.
Come on, Blake, let's go. Watch short. Be ready for anything. Let's go. Come on, Blake.
Big rally on net 2, but Canada still in control. Here's Cole. Big swing. Bosak. What a dive. 17-16 now.
Now Bosak flexing the athleticism. We know how well he can serve, but the finesse to dive over the no-hit zone like that and find the angle, so impressive.
Big boy chance for Etienne Cote, ring out amongst the crowd. Gagnon serving to Finocchi. Well received this time. Good lefty, foot touch attempt from Dean. No dice. Here's Cote. Clap, the touch up, Bosak, dive, not quite.
Can't even imagine how loud the crowd would have gotten if Bosak had gotten that one near the net for Cote.
Finocchi needs something here if the U.S. are going to get back into this. But right now it is Canada all day long. Court 1, Klapwijk serving. It's a good one. Recovery here for Blake necessary. Missed a big rally here on Court 1, still going. But Canada will take it. No hit zone violation called, however, so the U.S. with the point there.
Wow, what a huge call from the observer. That would have been a huge point for Canada to win. But instead, it's a nice break for the Americans.
Again, it's game point here on Court 2. Drop for Dean. Tough recovery there for the U.S., but they'll make it work. Need a miracle run, though, on that net. Canada about to secure it. Timeout taken on Court 1, though. You're not missing action there. Canada will step away to make sure they are ready to go for the last few points of Game 2. The conclusion of Game 2 upon us here, though, on our B net. Picone serving to Dean. First serve. Hits the rim. Left serve, little too high. Game 2 to Team Canada, and they take the first point here in this squad final.
You mentioned it, Jonah, but that's one they really needed to win. If they want to take home this gold medal, you got to start winning at the top, and that is a great start to that mantra.
And that will be the end of the week for Finocchi and Picone, doing what they could to bring the U.S. back into it, but they will not be able to secure a point there. The responsibility now goes to the sideline, where they will look to cheer on Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk as they look to force a Game 3. We come back from the timeout now as Canada returns to the pitch.
Come on, Blake. Let's go.
Matt Cole, words of encouragement for Klapwijk. Cote the same for Bosak. Teammates with such chemistry on both sides of the net.
Yes!
What a swing from Klapwijk! Called clean. A big break in a big moment.
Cote furious with the clean call from the observer. But look to everyone in the crowd to be clean. You can see the immediate celebration from the Americans.
$19-17. If he can get another, that feels like it might just be the dagger. Bosak serving next, though. See you later! Grant Klapwijk does it again!
We see Matt Cole running away from the net, as that's kind of the only fair reaction to a serve like that, Jonah.
It is the reverse to do it. And it's game point to force a third. A good swing. Canada will play it. What a touch. Diving Cole, it's back on. Another one. Over his head. It would have taken a miracle, but Matt Cole got as close as one could.
Where'd it even begin on that point? Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk getting scrappier than I've ever seen them getting these balls back on the net. Quick reactive soft touch from Klapwijk, and then for Cole to dive and just shove that ball onto the net. Wow. Nevertheless, like Bosak, ball in his hands.
Well, we've said this before. There was no one better for this moment than Bosak. Nearly had it there. Flick from Klapwijk is good enough. And that is game 2. We are going the distance here on this top net.
What a receive from Klapwijk on that last point. Like Bosak giving it his all with one of his best serves, the big righty cut. Didn't even really fake much, just swung as hard as he could. And Klapwijk sticking his right hand out there, getting it up. And I mentioned before this game 2 started, Jonah, that if I were Kingdom Come, Matt Cole and Grant Klapwijk, I would take a little extra step off the net. And it looks like they did that, and it's allowing them to react to those balls. It's giving them more time to adjust and get their hands in the right spot.
Right, it's all about finding that balance. Same thing for the receive, same thing for defense. The position you are to the net, it's all about the balance of range and time, right? That's at least what Mr. Scott Beeks likes to say on defense. Trying to just find that middle ground between giving yourself that time to react, but covering as much range as possible. So the story here, we're going to stick with one net. We're wrapped up on game 2. We're not bringing you any simultaneous coverage now. We're going to focus here on one as everyone in the crowd will now turn their attention towards this game 3.
And this is an especially big moment right here, not only because it provides a point for whoever wins this third game, but going into that second wave, since there is no net 2 anymore, it's just one game, whoever wins this one is going to provide so much momentum for their team going into that second wave of 3 nets, which obviously is going to determine the winner of this gold medal match.
And I know we've said that word a lot, momentum, but it really is important, especially when it is so streaky sometimes. Are you feeling yourself on the serving line or not? That is sometimes the difference between Kingdom Come winning the STS championship and in system rolling through everyone here in the individual finals all the way to the semis. The U.S. don't stand a chance, right? That's the difference. And we see that all the time. So important for Kingdom Come, for Cole and Klapwijk, if they want to take this game, really would set up the U.S. for success.
Yeah, and momentum, not only such a big cause of concern because of the individual performance, but because of the squad format. When you get that momentum for your team, you're not only bringing yourself and your partner up, you're bringing your 8 other teammates up as well.
But what we said, for Team Canada, they are positioned really strongly right now. They already have a point under their belt. A game 3 win here would mean they have 2. And for Canada, depth might go to the U.S. So it's all about these top 2 nets. We've seen this week Canada's top teams outclassing the U.S. top teams, albeit by just a hair, but taking those wins. The 3, 4, and 5 net, I think the U.S. would be the favorite, especially on 4 and 5. So you've got to take these top 2 if you want to have a shot at the World Championship if you're Canada.
Yeah, and we look at that C and D net for the United States, and it's 2 of the top 5 teams from the STS last year. Spotless with Joe Bondi and Ryan Gross, and then Rogue, Ryan Marino and Thomas Hamilton, who have been placed at the 4th net because of the inactivity from Ryan Marino this year. He's been dealing with a lower back injury, but he's feeling better now. Not quite 100%, but still here at the World Championship, so obviously he's feeling okay, right? And if I'm Canada, I see those matchups. I'm not a big fan, so I need to secure this Game 3 win over Kingdom Come right now.
Well, big moment now as we get back into this third game. The crowd getting in position. Everyone looking to find their positions around this center net.
Yeah, we're good. They said we're good. Yeah, thank you. Here we go.
But starting fresh, Klapwijk will get things started from 7 feet. Hits the rim on the first one.
Let's go, come on. I got you.
Yeah.
Second.
Great serve there, but Cote handles it. Here's Bosak on the set. Backhand, good touch. Klapwijk, boom, but up into Cote's body. Another hit. Cole's going to track this one down. Important set now for Klap. Cole tracks it down, but cannot find it on the off-net hit. A fantastic rally to kick off this game 3.
And I think on that last set from Klapwijk, he might have given Cole too much time. You always want to give your partner enough time to get back to the net to put it on. But when you hit it that high in the air, a little bit too much time, and makes it even harder for Cole to get it on the net.
Bosak faking both ways, goes left. Missed the contact.
Let's go, Blake. I'm with you.
Bosak again, second serve. It's good. Handled by Cole, but quickly into Klapwijk. No time to react to get that set. What a serve from Blake.
And again, it's the pace from Bosak this time. All week we've been seeing Bosak beat people wide. Righty cut, lefty cut, righty reverse. Right now, he's hitting it so much faster off the net than he normally does. It seems like Kingdom Come not having any time to react.
Well, that one wide. Lefty that time, but well handled by Klapwijk.
Redo. No, the hit was on the outside of
Some discussion about a hinder call here. Maybe Grant Klapwijk's hit into Bosak off his body. It might have gone back up into Klapwijk. And Canada arguing that they could have dived for it and gotten a set up onto the net.
Fair call there, I think, given what we've seen from Etienne and Blake today, their willingness just to commit. But a fantastic serve from Bosak, and a tough blow for the US of A after getting that redo, and now you get aced.
And that time it's the width from Bosak. Finally, we see him going wider. Klapwijk not able to reach far enough out to bring it back towards his partner, Matt Cole.
Up by 2, nearly a third, just high.
Come on, Blake.
3-0, second. Yes, service.
Step right, swinging quickly, but that ball just a little too high as well.
It's my turn, Blake. Let's go. Come on.
Matt Cole, his turn.
1-3, first serve.
1-3,
Service.
Bye.
choosing not to play it.
1-3, second. Service.
Bye.
A good swing there, but again, just a hair high.
Come on, Matt. So early.
4-1 at the rotation. It's Cote to serve. Quickly goes right to it. The jam. Klapwijk cannot handle it. Canada feeling good.
Yeah, Klapwijk unable to get his hand into a comfortable spot, and that jam serves right in front of his body. I think Matt Cole could have made a play on it. I think he apologized to Klapwijk for not making any effort.
This one lipped up, played through. Great body from Bosak. Awkward hit, but he gets it done. How do you stop this team right now, Henry? Canada can do no wrong.
They're just firing on all cylinders. You see the serving from both Bosak and Cote, and that time it's the defense off the body straight up into the air. They'll convert that next to every time.
And already forcing the timeout from Cole and Klapwijk. What a start for Cote and Bosak, and Team Canada getting some energy in the crowd now as they are taking control of this game 3.
Now the crowd getting fired up. You can hear the Canadian chants ringing out. Not a good sign for the Americans once those fans from Canada get active.
Yeah, we see on the sideline the U.S. crowd dead quiet right now. You have to find something to bring life to this team, to this crowd, to this country here right now. Again, just the first 2 games underway. We will have our next 3 kicking off at the conclusion here.
6-1, never an easy lead to surmount, but it is a comforting thought knowing you have one of the best servers in the world in Grant Klapwijk on your team.
Serve from Cote. Klapwijk didn't like it, but it's another one. The timeout, not enough to quell the storm that Canada are bringing right now.
And that's always impressive as a server, if you can come out of a timeout from the other team and go right back in to firing an ace.
There's another one from Cote. Cole with a backhand. Great footwork. Finally, the ball will go back to the Americans.
Come on, Blake, let's go.
Klapwijk
Let's go.
needs to get hot.
You see Cole keeping his partner's chin up.
Second serve, what a drop! An insane serve from Klapwijk. Don't see that very often. That thing was clean.
That's so smart from Klapwijk. You know, with how fast his serves come off the net as a receiver, you almost have to be leaning back onto your heels. Klapwijk recognizes that, goes for the drop.
Cote now in position, off his chest. Bosak, what a recovery. Clap and Cole will play through. And what a play and a break for the U.S. back-to-back.
And we said it, Klapwijk, one of the best servers in the world. If you're gonna come back from a big lead, it's gonna be this guy right here doing it. And that time the service pressure from Klapwijk forcing an easy defensive conversion.
What we saw at the end there, the net moved, it got kicked. Cote thought it might have been Klap, but Bosak immediately confessing that he nudged the net as he worked his way over to play some defense. So quickly after the timeout from the U.S., now it is a timeout for Canada. They still hold the lead, but they want nothing to do with any serving pressure that Klapwijk has been applying and may continue to apply if Canada's not careful.
And now we just saw Cote come out of the American timeout and fire an immediate ace, which I mentioned, very impressive. You're coming in cold. I'm very interested to see if Klapwijk is going to be able to do the same thing out of the Canadian timeout. If he can go out and put another solid serve on the net, that bodes well not only for that specific point, but just mentally to know that you can come out feeling cold and still put something on, put some pressure on the other team.
That's one thing that always has impressed me, though, about this Canadian side at the very least. Feels like Bosak and Cote can both just get hot at any given time. They don't need anything to be going their way all of a sudden. Down a few. Just never know when Bosak is going to wake up and go crazy. But right now the focus is on Klapwijk. Back from the timeout. Serving again.
Let's go.
Swinging hard for the reverse from the split stance.
Let's go. Come on. Come on. Let's go, Blake. I got you.
Second serve.
4-7. Second serve.
Goes
Let's
righty.
go.
Finally, the double fault that Cote and Bosak were waiting
Let's
for.
go.
And I got a chance to talk to Klapwijk this week about his serving and how he decides what serve he's going to go for. And he told me that he doesn't like to go for the righties in big matchups. He feels like it's a bailout for the receiver because his lefty cut and lefty reverse are so good.
Great push there from Klap. So low with that bowl motion.
And so if Klapwijk is going for those righty cut swings, it tells me that in all likelihood the receiver is cheating too far to the left than they really should be.
Here's Cole. Great swing. Cote handles it. We saw Klapwijk move in a position. He saw that hit coming, but the hit was just too good, even if he was right there.
You ready?
Klapwijk choosing not to play it.
Yes.
9-5 the score now. Now 6-9 as the ball goes back to the U.S.
Come on, Blake.
Ball back to Klapwijk. Don't expect him to go back to the righty cut. I think this will either be a lefty cut or reverse.
Swung the cut there.
Let's go, Blake. Be ready. Be ready. I got you. Let's go. Stay loose.
6-9. Second serve.
Goes reverse this time. Bosak gets a hand on it, but it simply doesn't matter.
Looks like that one had some extra spin on it, Jonah. Not the quickest serve from Klapwijk, but when it jumps that hard away from the receiver, what can you do?
Well, back from the timeout. That's one. 7-9. Watch out.
7-9.
Cote, you've seen his aggressive stance here on the serve receive, cutting off as much angle as he can, almost fully facing 45 degrees away. Klapwijk will swing the reverse back to back, neither finding it. But one break, that's a start. The big boy chance for Etienne. Back through the crowd, but it's Bosak on the line.
10-7.
He's got the space and he takes advantage. What a swing from Bosak.
A perfect combo from Bosak. Knew exactly when Matt Cole was going to jump to the lefty cut and immediately fired the righty.
Quick trigger pays off. Goes quick again, this time lips up and over.
I like this, Blake. I like this a lot. Oh, yeah.
Crowd 3-4 deep, most places around this net.
11-7.
But a double fault for Bosak will give Matt Cole the ball again.
Here's some KC chants from the crowd. Kingdom Come. It's American Duo's team name.
Great swing from Cole, and it goes through Cote. Just powers through him somehow. That ball, though, will clip the side pocket. Matt Cole perplexed.
Surprising call. He had a pretty solid angle, and it looked like the center third to me, but observer ruling it was just over on that right third.
Let's go. Come on, Blake. My turn.
Well, Matt Cole shrugging it off. A break taken away.
12 in first.
But now he can do the job on the receive. Here's Cote. Double fault for him.
I got you. Let's go.
And we're back to Klapwijk, and both of the last two times Klapwijk's had the ball in his hands, he's delivered at least one break. Let's see if he can keep that streak alive.
Come on, Blake.
Little step wide left. Swings cut. On two from Cote, a smart call. Playing through the fault and taking the space when he saw it open.
Very unsurprising for the Canadian team to play through the fault from Klapwijk. Do not want to give him a second look. And then just a very quick, very smart on-two shot from Cote.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Heard the reaction there from Bosak. He knew he was close to the contact he wanted.
It is now. Come on, Blake. Let's go. Let's go.
39 seconds.
Little too high on that one. Blake doesn't like it. We
Not
saw
at
it from
all.
here.
Wow. Yeah, it looked a little high to me, very close. Bosak obviously was pretty keen to think that that was a clean serve.
10-13.
Seen a lot of frustration with the calls today. But that frustration permeates on both sides. A foot fault called there on Cole.
10-13 seconds.
Great drop. Cote's there. What a touch here, Cole. Tracks it down, back on the net. That lips up, but it's good. Bosak, boom. Cole trips down. Cannot get the touch as he falls to the turf.
You can see his frustration. Looked like he just lost his footing as he ran to that touch, but nevertheless, what a rally between these two teams.
What a chase down there. So close, but he was stumbling the whole way. You saw just tracking that ball down. Got tripped up, but laughing it off. Saw some good sportsmanship from Bosak there as well. 14-10 right now. Canada still holding this cushion they've had since the start of this game. Right about through the midway point here. No major changes since Canada took that lead early. Good swing there. But a big set from Klap. What a move.
Klapwijk and Matt Cole kind of changing roles there. Usually it's the Matt Cole recovery set that we fawn over. That time Klapwijk showing off the acceleration to get to that one and put it squarely over the net for Matt Cole.
A little smile and nod to his partner too as Klap was like, all right, I pulled that one off. Let's go. Now Klap is the one serving. He goes right again. He thought Bosak left him the space.
Let's go, Blake. Be ready for anything.
Be ready for anything, says Cote. It's the reverse. Handled well. Called bad. That makes it 15-11. Despite the success that Klap has had, when Blake is up there faking and getting ready to serve, he just feels like the strongest server out there today. Jammed Klap up, but he handles it. Big boom. Blake's body was there, but that ball ricochets out of play.
It looked to me like that serve from Bosak caught the side pocket, but I guess Klapwijk didn't want to take any chances with the observer, decided to just play through it since he had a solid receive off of it.
Cole now.
2-5 per serve.
Reverse. Called side pocket. A little too high on the second. 16-12, the 4-point lead. Still here for Canada. Getting later and later into game 3. Cote, second serve coming. Hit the rim. Time for Klapwijk now to step up, Henry.
And there's definitely some ground to make up if you're Klapwijk. You really want to start making it up as soon as possible.
Swings hard, but shorts it. We continue to move the ball around. Second serve. And a big double fault here. Canada will take that. The ball keeps going around here. But as it does, every single time a double fault happens on either side, Canada get closer and closer to the end of this game 3, and that's exactly where they want to be.
Yeah, I think if you're in system, you'll take a serving battle any day of the week with how Bosak is performing from 7 feet at the moment.
We saw a bunch of touches, a bunch of conversions in that second game. Been a quiet game 3 so far. Here's Bosak again. Nearly had that back door. Matt Cole rubbing his hands on the turf, trying to get a little more grip on this ball.
4-7 for serve. Yeah.
Steps right. Hard swing, but into the rim.
4-7 second. Yeah. Serve.
Second serve is good. Pressure applied, but it's not enough. Over the outstretched arm, even jumping Klapwijk.
That's a great recovery set from Bosak there. He's falling away from the net. It's his non-dominant left hand. Still delivers a perfect set for Cote to put away.
Well, here he is. Cote on the line. The serving battle continues. Klapwijk will lean into it, choosing not to play through. Second serve, no good. Ball goes back to Klap. The final time he could potentially get a chance to serve here in regulation, unless we see this comeback start to happen.
Come on, Blake, let's go here. Come on.
15-18. No life in this U.S. crowd right now. They're still waiting for the spark. Klapwijk could be that very thing right now.
Yes.
Not so much.
Matt Cole, ever the supporter of his teammate, patting Klapwijk on the chest, saying, "We're good, we still have time."
Big swing from Bosak, but just too high. As we said, this serving battle been the story since really those first few points of this game. Just gone back and forth. But it's a game that Canada are happy to play up so big. Second serve a little too high as well. 16-19. Big moment for Matt Cole.
16-19 first serve. Yeah. Service.
It's a good swing. Looked good enough to me. And that's the break that Matt Cole was looking for.
And that's clutch from Matt Cole. Trying to get this run started as soon as they possibly can. Take some of the pressure off of Klapwijk, showing that, hey, Grant, I can get some of my own. We're all good.
$17-19 now. If you're Matt Cole here, do you keep swinging away? Do you just lean into the serving battle, or do you try to get one on?
I think you got to swing away. Bosak and Cote too clean on offense to risk trying to play defense.
He does. It's good. Nice cut. Bosak stepped through Klapwijk. Contact, but it's not enough. The ball will go back to Cote with a chance to close this game out here in regulation.
Almost a body on one there from Klapwijk, but the ball bouncing twice on the net, unfortunately, which is illegal.
Well, this would end the hopes of the U.S. in this game 3 right here. What a serve. And the hit from Klap is just good enough. See a open mouth Bosak, jaw on the floor after that hit.
Yeah, such a smart shot from Klapwijk. Cote covering everything between pull and open, recognizing the safest shot to get away from Cote is that bowler-type push shot. He does it often, and he does it very well.
I misspoke earlier. Klapwijk does have his final chance now on the serving line. It's do or die here in this game 3. It'll have to come on his second serve. Again, Canada have 1 point already in this squad final. This will be their second, unless Klap can pull off something here.
Yeah.
It will not happen. And 2 points for Team Canada in this men's squad final. Looking for revenge from 2 years ago. And Henry, they are well on their way to making that happen.
What a dream start for the Canadians here. Up 2-0, like you mentioned. And I said it before, after Finocchi and Picone dropped to Dean and Gagnon, that not only is it a start that they wanted, but it's a start they needed because these next 3 nets are going to be so tough. But thanks to that 2-0 start, all they need to do is just steal one of them, and they walk home gold medalists.
Unreal to start here for Canada. A much slower burn of a game 3. I know the players on the net felt it. You said maybe there's a chance that some momentum could be built from it. I think for both teams, not a lot is going to come from that third game, other than the fact that all Canada needs is 1 more point for a gold medal.
And that helps the Canadian players so much on these next 3 nets because they know that there's not that much pressure on them. They know that their net isn't a must-win. Whereas on the American side, all 3 teams that are out there playing have that pressure, knowing that if they want any chance of being a gold medalist, they need to win their own net. And it can take such a mental toll when you have that much added pressure.
And with all that added pressure, you also have to think that there's also so much that could just go wrong at any given moment, right? Maybe you get cold. Maybe someone like Vinny on that third net just gets hot and goes crazy. If that happens, because the U.S. is down 2, Canada up 2, there are no second chances. You don't have any flexibility to win this game, to win this final. If the U.S. want to go back-to-back world championships, it needs to be a full reverse sweep for the U.S. Canada have it all to do right now.
And that's so scary for the Americans when you look at these next 3 nets. We know that the United States likely is the favorites on most, if not all 3 of these nets, but Vinny Mathieu on the C net and Maxime Prince on the D net, 2 of the deadliest servers in the world. If they get hot, there might not be an answer for the United States.
Well, let's find out. We're going to do that in a few moments. For now, we send it down onto the field where Tops is standing by.
Your boy Tops back here on the field with Peter, one of the coaches from Canada. Peter, 2-0, how do you feel?
2-0, this is exactly where we thought we'd be and where we wanted to be. We put our top 2 teams, both teams in system and extra, both won majors before in the past, and we know we can beat the USA A and B. So this is exactly where we want it, and now we're going to take it home.
Oh, very strong already, let's go. How was your preparation looking like? The Canadian team, I saw like you brought a lot of stuff here. You were very, very, very well prepared. How did it look like for you, the preparation?
Right. Well, preparation is very different from last time. 2022, we kind of made it like more of a celebration. We had qualification tournaments, just 3 of them, and the winners were on the team. But this time we made a lot of adjustments. We have an actual staff team now, so the community has changed a lot. We have a lot of volunteers helping out. So we have an athletic therapist, we have a head coach in Adrian, we have 2 team managers, and then we have a giant staff of media and support staff, even from back home, like just pumping out content and trying to make sure that we can get as much sponsors and funding as possible to help out our athletes. But in May, we had selection camp, and then we just chose our team just from that. Wasn't based on tournaments or any teams. It was just strictly based on that tournament, and we chose a team with a selection committee, and I think we put together the right group of guys.
I think this worked out very well, and we see also that everything comes together now. Just one more question. What do you think, like, what's going to be the next step for your team? Obviously, we have now the next games, but we look beyond that, if you may take it. What's going to be your next team for the future of Canadian Roundnet?
Right. We have a lot of different ideas floating around, but we do want to start making sure that we have enough people from the intermediate division growing across the country. We're a lot closer now than we were in the past, like with Ontario, Quebec, Alberta, and BC, really coming together across a giant country. You know, Canada, we're very large geographically, but we don't have that many people, but we're going to try to bring our team as close as possible together in relationships, and that way we can be more prepared, even more prepared to defend the title in 2026.
I think you found the right group of people in this massive country, and I say thank you for the interview. I wish the boys all the luck, and maybe we're gonna see each other in celebrations later.
Perfect, I love it.
All right, we're gonna go into a break, and we're gonna go back to the commentary as I saw from Jonah, and we'll be right back with you.
Thank you, Tops. Thank you, Tops. A great interview as always, my friend. A bold statement, though. Canada looking forward to defending the title in 2026. Still haven't done that quite yet. Still need to win here in 2024. 1 point away from doing so. But we'll see. It is anyone's game still, although Canada sit right at the edge of a gold medal. We'll see you in just a few minutes where this men's final will continue. We return for the final 3 nets here of our men's squad final at the 2024 IRF World Championship, powered by Spikeball. Jonas Willinger and Henry Pilliard back with you to close out the day. But believe me, we are not done yet. Still 3 best of 3s happening simultaneously in front of us. The story, Canada taking the first 2 points. All they need is 1, and they walk home, they fly home with a gold medal. On the other side, it is the United States, who need a reverse sweep if they want to win.
And there's so many different variables at play in these 3 matchups, Jonah, but there's 2 main X factors I'm looking at, and that is how hot can Mathieu get for Canada on the C-net. He's one of the deadliest servers in the world, one of the best righty and lefty cut combos in the world, definitely in all of Canada. And then on the D-net for the United States, we have Rogue, Ryan Marino and Thomas Hamilton, undoubtedly the best team in the world last year. We mentioned it at the top of the men's broadcast. Ryan Marino been very inactive this year due to a lower back injury. Which Rogue is going to show up? They were a slight disappointment in the individual bracket when they lost to Eisentrager Seymour in the quarterfinals. They finished T5. But if I know anything about those 2 guys, they're going to be coming out with a vengeance today.
Well, the story here, and we'll take you through each net one by one. Starting on the top court, net 1. As Henry said, this is our C team matchup. Joe Bondi and Ryan Gross representing the United States, known as Spotless in the Spikeball Tour Series. They face off against Mathieu and Eddy Leung. On the D net, known as Rogue, it is Ryan Marino and Thomas Hamilton for the United States, Maxime Prince and Chris Brown for Canada. On the E net, net 3, we have Connor Nelson and Kieran Rose for the United States, and Tyler Babin and Olivier Laurin for Canada.
And on that E net, Jonah, I expect a safe U.S. victory. Connor Nelson and Kieran Rose, both on top pro teams in the STS Championship. Tyler Babin and Olivier Laurin, both great players. Not quite to that top pro level, though, that Nelson and Rose are.
Well, all 3 games just moments away from getting started as the players do their handshakes and get things going. Court 2 is where the action kicks off in our Marino Hamilton against Prince and Brown matchup. Here you see Max Prince, the first to get things started on the service line, and he will start things off with a double fault. 1-0, it's Thomas Hamilton first for the U.S. His second serve is high, and Team Canada will get the ball back. First look at Chris Brown serving.
Chris Brown relies on his ambidexterity for his serving. Will go right and left, both ways pretty wide. He'll mix in righty reverse, but it's definitely the weaker of those 3 serves.
Good athletic set there from Marino as he worked his way over the net, but a no-hit zone violation called on Thomas Hamilton, claiming that he was hindered as he tried to work his way around the no-hit zone. This would be known as an immediate preceding infraction. Someone was in his way, resulting in his no-hit zone violation. Situation like this typically goes as a redo because you committed a violation as a result of a infraction.
It looks like it will be a no-hit zone call. I think the observer explaining that Hamilton stepped into the no-hit zone before he was hindered, so the hinder from the defense not causing the violation. Hamilton's still adamant, though, and Hamilton is someone who understands the rules rather well, and he does not make calls unless he's positive about it. So to see him that confident in a call, I would tend to side with him, but alas, the observers yielding the no-hit zone violation.
Yeah, 3 observers, each with a different perspective on that. Had a better look than we did from over here, but Hamilton seemed rather convinced. So not the start that the U.S. wanted, but only a minor blow, as this is just 2 points in to this very first game. But again, very little cushion for the United States. They know how important it is to take as many points as quickly as possible. A single point for Canada, a single match, gives them the gold medal.
And now the ball to Ryan Marino, who was one of the clutchest servers in the world last year, considered by many to be the best server in the world.
As you said, nursing a lower back injury. Pretty brutal this season, hasn't been able to play much. Taking him fully out of commission. His second swing. He goes right, it's good, but Brown is all over that. A miss hit, however, will give Rogue a chance, and Hamilton will secure the break.
That is bread and butter for Rogue there. Hamilton and Marino get that server's pressure on, and if it's not an ace, it's likely going to force a bad set and bad hit.
Well, action now kicking off on net 1. This is the C matchup between Bondi and Gross for the United States and Mathieu and Leung for Canada. Vinny Mathieu, one of the scariest servers in the world as well. Fantastic swing there for Vinny, but just clipping the rim. Our first look now at Kieran Rose on the serving line. Already a silver medal to his name in the mixed division. He and Katie Pearson, finalists, walked home with the silver medal after losing to the Swiss after they had already gotten so far. The reason is, Kieran can do things like that.
That is just ridiculously wide. And you see Nelson and Rose getting fired up early. Good sign for the Americans if the emotions are running high like that.
Well, now action on all 3 nets kicking off now. And we'll rotate around, bringing you as much coverage as we can. Here's Rose. Another good swing. Babin will play through, and he'll get that one up and over the defense, as we see the first sign of life for Canada on that net. Back to net 2 with Chris Brown serving.
Okay, sorry. I think it's just your... my hands feel dry. I don't know.
Double fault there.
2-1 first.
Now it's Ryan Marino.
Serving.
Marino had the space on the left side. Just a little too high, though.
Looked like he went for a little bit of an extra angle on that serve, but didn't really need to with how much Prince bit on the righty fake.
Well, a roar for Team Canada on net 1. It was an ace for Leung. A good touch there, but not up towards his partner, Mathieu. 2 serving 3, the U.S. down 1. It's Ryan Gross with the ball. In step, great serve, but Mathieu handles it well. A poor hit, though. We'll give Spotless, we'll give Gross and Bondi the break.
And that is, without a doubt, Ryan Gross's best serve. That instep jam just comes at you so fast.
We see Tyler Babin readying to serve on court 3. In the red hat. Hamilton on court 2. A big swing. Body up. No touch there. Great recovery and a strong hold for Canada.
Yeah, that's a great receive there from Brown. Getting that quick, fast righty cut from Hamilton up.
You saw the first serve there from Mathieu. Too high.
I got your back. Come on.
Stepping right this time for his second. Quick swing. Bondi calls it high.
Come on, Alex.
We know these C&D nets, court 1 and court 2. It's really going to be the difference maker here. Canada, like we said, only needs the 1 point, the 1 match to go home with gold. The U.S. trying to defend their world title from 2 years ago. Bondi dangerous from 7 feet. We see a good hold for Canada on court 1. We see Ryan Marino ready to serve on court 2. What a serve from Marino. He's back and starting to get warm.
And that's what makes him so deadly. Not only is he ambidextrous with a great lefty cut, his righty cut might be one of the best in the world, Jonah. It just spins so much off of his hand.
9-6 now, he goes again, so much width. Prince, tweener. Hamilton, back on off net, but hits the rim.
And it looked like, to me, that Prince's hit might have hit the rim, but the Americans deciding to play through it just in case a call didn't go their way.
Prince serving. Canada down by 2 at the moment. We shift to court 3. Connor Nelson. With a big lefty and gets it done. Little Nelly shuffle.
Yeah, I think that's what the kids are calling it now, Jonah. Connor Nelson hits a lot of aces, and a lot of the time when he does, he'll do this side shuffle quickly towards his partner to fire himself up. A Nelly shuffle.
That's another good one. Nelson gets the clean call. We got a little mini shuffle there. 2 in a row. A favorable matchup for the U.S. Nelson and Rose out to a 3-point lead. We'll look at court 1 here in a moment as Vinny Mathieu is getting ready to serve. Nelson, quickly, lefty. No good. Side pocket. So now Babin will get a chance next.
I like the German jersey.
Foot fault call. Looking at Prince serving to Hamilton on court 2. Not the same cushion as court 3 here, but the U.S. still a lead. Now 12-10. Hamilton goes with the lefty, a little high. Had him on the fake, righty reverse. See you later.
Wow. Thomas Hamilton throwing in the righty reverse, recognizing that Prince had turned his hips to cheat for the righty cut, and that reverse just gapping him.
That's the power of the fakes. There's a big lefty cut. Prince goes down for it. Back on. What a touch for Marino. Hamilton, oh, very close to finding the net. A big hold for Canada there. Checking in on bucket hat Vinny. Backwards hat Leung.
Come on, Joey.
Mathieu and Leung.
Yeah, our game, baby.
8-6.
8-6 first.
Yeah.
7.
Young loves that lefty cut. Probably his best serve that he has in his arsenal. It stays so low,
8-6 seconds.
gets so wide.
7.
Leung again. Pump fake. Goes lefty. Bondi gets that one. Big swing and off the body of Mathieu.
It's a solid hold from Bondi there. Good footwork to get out to the lefty.
Oh yeah, I like it too.
And then Bondi's going to put it away with a good set.
So the U.S. leading on courts 2 and 3. Canada leading on court 1.
We got 7-8.
7-8 here. Wow. Mathieu choosing to play it. Gross just mishandles the touch. But an opportunity.
Come on.
Really, Canada almost forcing that play.
Yeah, I know Gross will be kicking himself for not getting that soft touch back to the net.
Part of the coaching duo of the United States. Joel Graham, women's head coach, looking on. Vinny. Second serve.
Come on.
Here's Mathieu with his second.
Come on, baby.
Really tried to get Gross to bite on the left, but he refused.
Yeah, that was a really good job by Gross to stay grounded, trust his feet. If he is going to throw left, I can get out there with my movement. No need to cheat.
A timeout taken on court 2, I believe by Team Canada. Court 3, Nelson receives. He goes lefty, rims the hit.
Yeah, it's a tough set from Rose, off net to Nelson's non-dominant left hand.
That puts Canada in a little better position here. Still down. Eight, 9. Tyler Babin. Got him! What a serve!
Wow, the quick release from Babin, beating Rose wide. Wasting no time to get that serve off.
Check in on court 1 here. Babin going all the way across the field to retrieve a ball.
So of course he's there. But that's not the point.
Bondi serving.
Yes.
Yeah, good mix. Yeah.
Double fault.
That's good.
Eddy Leung. The crowd on his side.
10-9 first.
Yeah.
Serving.
Let's go. Come on, Joey.
Timeout taken by the U.S. on court 3.
With you on that.
10-9 second.
Canada still up by 1 here. Second serve from Leung. It's good. And a break for Canada on the rimmed hit from Gross. 12-10 now.
Very surprising from Gross. One of the best hitters on the United States squad. Just so consistent when given a good set, and that time looked like he might have gone a little bit too much.
I believe I miscalled the score, not 12-10. I think we're looking at 11-9.
1-9 first. 1-9 first.
Jams Bondi. Gross. Dime of a set. Bondi puts that one into the crowd.
Great recovery set from Ryan Gross. Eddy Leung arguing that he could have been there for the touch without the crowd in the way. Joe Bondi shaking his head no. It looks like Canada will concede that to the Americans.
Good sportsmanship there. So Gross now serving. 10-11. Side pocket.
Give me like 15 seconds. Now I'm awake.
Sorry. Yeah, side. Take your time. 10-11 seconds. Yeah.
Yes!
There's Ryan Gross. Trademark drop. Just missed. (19-13) here on court 2. The Canadian timeout doesn't seem to have stopped the bleeding. And Ryan Marino with another.
Wow, Ryan Marino. You know, Jonah, we talked about which rogue we'd see today after a pretty disappointing performance in the individual bracket and not seeing much of them this year in 2024. They seem to be firing right now.
A game point here on court 2. Canada will play through, and they will get a chance to serve with their backs against the wall there. An ace for Joe Bondi on net 1. Keeps the U.S. in the fight there. Net 2. First serve, no good from Prince. Another ace for Joe Bondi. As net 1, the U.S. looking to make it work. Court 2, that one wrapped up. Really no doubt there, rogue all the way. That's game 1. Canada looks to game 2 if they want to make the comeback. We return to court 1. 2 aces in a row for Bondi.
The tides are turning on net 1. Spotless had found themselves down a couple points, now up the mini 13-12, still with Bondi at the 7-foot line.
Another Nelly shuffle way off in the distance. As a break for the U.S. on court 3, but we see Bondi now with his second serve. It's good. Vinny on 2. A necessary call. Leung on his back foot.
Yeah, that's a tremendous hold for the Canadians. Leung with the diving receive on a, looked to be a pretty peak Joe Bondi cut. And then Vinny wherewithal to go on 2, put it away.
Looked for the drop, but Leung missed the hit. Good fakes from Leung. Bondi's got some trouble. And it's an ace for Eddy. As he goes straight to the crowd to retrieve the ball so he can go again.
Yeah, Leung is a ball of energy as soon as he gets going. It's hard to stop him.
Leung fires quick this time. Gross not messing around. They'll play through. Big boom. That one's not coming back. A big break for Canada, though, to keep things even.
Gross likes to go for the big jam in moments like this where you can really use a quick break. Wouldn't be surprised if we see an instep jam.
There's the drop, lefty. Leung, good hit, but Bondi's on it. Set from Gross. Off net, big boom from Bondi. Leung tracks it down. He comes back. Backhand, we're still going. Big touch from Gross. He gets back. Drop on. Leung on two. Breaks the rhythm. And what a choice. Huge point for Canada.
That's a massive hold to keep the momentum on the Canadian side going into the later stages of this game. Wow, you can feel the tide shifting back towards the Canadians from this crowd.
Here's Vinny. There's the left. Bondi, what a receive. Absolutely unreal.
That is absolutely demoralizing for the server to hit a serve that good and watch the opponent just cake it with ease.
Such good footwork, such a good reach for that. Makes it look so effortless every time. Now he gets a chance to do it himself. Ball comes in. So he'll step back, reset. Good serve there from Bondi. Vinny, backhand. What a shot! Backhand flick wrap.
Yeah, Vinny loves that shot. It's so hard to defend if you're on the other team, if you're an American there, because he's hitting it where his body is at the moment of contact, and then the last second moving his feet to get his body out of the way and past the defense.
Checking in now on court 3. You see the U.S. out to a substantial lead. We've seen both teams use their timeouts now. That is Connor Nelson, who continues to serve. We'll keep an eye on court 1, though. That's the close game.
6-5 seconds.
Leung, good fakes, but he missed the hit.
I know.
Yeah, truly.
16-15.
Yeah.
First.
What a serve, but Leung. Fantastic receive. That hit another impossibly low shot.
Wow. Just helpless on defense is the Americans there. That shot from Leung, way too good.
Me and you, Joe. 7-6 first. For me, I'm 2 before that one. It's feedback. All right, you're good. 7-6 first? Yeah. Sorry.
Playing through this. Bondi with the left. Nice push.
Come on.
17-17. Just hit the rim. Second serve is good. Mathieu gets jammed, but hangs in there and blasts that one away.
That's well done from Mathieu, because that serve from Bondi came off very un-Bondi-esque. Normally his serve's jumping wide one way or the other. That one, couldn't tell if Bondi just missed the contact. Didn't come off with any spin right at Vinny's body. Still able to get it up. Great footwork.
9-7 first. 8-7 first.
18-17. Nice serve there. Gross, big boom, and that is nowhere close. See ya.
And if I'm Vinny Mathieu, I don't know what I'm thinking trying to run down a Ryan Gross hit. There might be no one in the world that hits it as far as Ryan Gross.
Well, it is game point now in game 1 on our third net here. Our E matchup, Babin and Laurin against Nelson and Rose.
And Jonah, I could be wrong, but I believe there was a moment in this game where the Canadians had tied it up at 9-all. Now 20-11, an 11-2 run for the Americans.
That's the power of Rose and Nelson when they get hot. Now game point. 11-19 before, or the 12th. Now we see Nelson serving at 20-12. He goes for the bowl. Second serve. Not quite. Joe Bondi split stance. Don't see that often back here on court 1. Goes wide right. Swings the left. Can't find it.
Bondi not usually going for the left out of that wide stance. Looked like it kind of tripped Mathieu up. Might have been an ace if that had landed.
Here's his second. No good there. 20-18. Canada on court 1. 2013. U.S. leads court 3. Babin serves. Down by 7. Here's Eddy Leung.
Game 9 first.
Court 1. Goes lefty. What a serve, but Gross is there. The backhand, the ball up and away. We are now still alive here for the United States. Court 3. That's wrapped up. Game 1 goes to the U.S. Leading in the series in game 3, leading, other net 3, leading in the series in net 2. Here's net 1, where all eyes are right now. At the end of this game, we'll bring you game 2 on net 2 in progress.
Come on! For the fucking time sheet, come on!
Double fault there from Gross. Canada has the lead by 1. In extras, 21-20. He swings right away. No fakes that time.
Let's go, gas.
Stepping left, swinging right, awkward reverse. No problem for Bondi, but this one's up. Some Canadian defense. Bondi can do it too. Puts that one up and over. So close to the game for Canada, but Bondi and Gross stay in it.
That's impressive by Joe Bondi to read the set from Vinny Mathieu, know where that hit from Leung is going to go, get his body in front of it, and straight up to his partner.
21-21. Tied again. Ball coming in, so Bondi will get to redo that first serve.
Fucking go, come on. Yes!
It's the rim. They're playing it.
Come on!
Big boom from Mathieu. And Leung and Mathieu will get the ball back in their hands, a chance to close it out.
And you can see Bondi absolutely bamboozled as to how he didn't get that ball up. Looked like his body was in the right spot, but then the hit from Mathieu just barely lipping straight over the shoulder of Bondi.
Crowd chanting Eddy's name. 22-21. Upstairs. Cote from the sidelines. Trust your swing, Eddy. He trusted the left, and he shorted it. We are tied once again, 22-22. Ryan Gross now with the ball. Timeout taken. Team step to the sideline. We'll check in briefly on court 2, where Hamilton and Marino well underway in their game against Prince and Brown. The U.S. taking the first dominantly here. Hamilton, a beautiful dive, clearly Rogue in full form right now.
And that serve from Prince was definitely high, but the setting from Marino is just so clean. You know he's going to give Thomas Hamilton a dime, and Hamilton's going to put that one away.
Marino serving. Little too high with a lefty swing. U.S. leading 9-8 there right now. Our court 3 game, game 2, probably a few minutes away from resuming. Ace from Marino, so casual, couldn't even tell. Players returning, tied at 22 on court 1.
Yeah, all eyes on court 1 now. You can see the biggest circle of fans surrounding this. Late extras in this first court.
Big drop from Gross, but Leung is there. He finds the gap, just kidding. Bondi up, Leung cannot get it. A break for the U.S. and they take the lead.
And that just comes down to Gross and Bondi getting in the right spots on defense immediately. Not waiting too long to rotate, but getting there as soon as they see the set, putting their bodies in the way, and that ball's going to go up a good portion of the time.
Well, now the lead. A break will win it for Gross. A big swing, and even the grunt from Ryan.
Yeah, he doesn't pull it out too often, but when he does, you know he means business, Jonah.
Gross.
Yes!
Goes left.
Vinny,
Just shorts it. Tied at 23. We'll keep it here on court 1 as Vinny readies to serve. Now down the mini break. Swings with his right, and that thing is gorgeous.
And that's what we've been waiting for, Jonah. We know how wide Vinny can get. He hasn't put it on display yet today, but that time could not have come at a better moment.
Well, a defensive break for the U.S. Vinny just doesn't care. Mathieu, he takes it back. Canada with the lead. A break will win. Second serve. Swings quick, little high.
big fucking holes. Let's go. We're right here. We're right here. We're going to get an ace back.
Well, tied again. This time it's the U.S. who are looking for yet another break. It's Bondi at 24s.
We haven't seen a typical Joe Bondi cut ace yet this game. Just saw one from Vinny. Let's see if Bondi can return the favor.
Yes! Come on.
Goes for the reverse on the first one. Second serve for Bondi.
Yeah!
Swings reverse again. Nothing there. Eddy Leung, the man of the hour.
Leung, a major breakout player for Canada this year. Wasn't on the squad in 2022 in Belgium. Now, a chance to secure a huge break for Canada.
It would be a huge Game 1 win. Had Gross moving a little, but Ryan, he knows he's got such good reach. He doesn't have to overcommit on those fakes. Leung taking a moment, making sure hands are dry, ball is dry. This is a big serve for him here.
5 4 seconds. 5 4 seconds. Yep. Serving.
Goes drop, very good serve. But Gross handles it with ease.
Quality composure there from Ryan Gross. Looks like he took a little bit of a step back, but then quickly accelerated to get to the drop, and then didn't hesitate, didn't falter, just slams that backhand away.
We are once again tied up, deep in extras here. Still game one. Gross with a reverse. Mathieu cannot get it. It's another break for the United States. The lead is back to theirs.
And that's the classic Ryan Gross celebration afterwards. No change in emotion on his face, just staring the ball down, walks over to his next spot, ready to hit another serve.
And ready to potentially take this game one for the U.S. A big swing. They're playing it. Nearly back on one, but not quite.
An impressive receive from Mathieu there. You see how low he's getting to receive that jam from Gross.
Well, it was the U.S. who got the last break. Now you know that Mathieu is looking for one himself. The back and forth continues. Here's Vinny. Hits the rim. Games on nets 2 and 3, well underway. We'll give you updates when we have them, but right now, all eyes are here. The most important game on the field.
26 seconds. Yeah, 7.
Mathieu.
No.
Yeah.
Looks like he got him, but Ryan Gross says no. It clipped the rim just barely.
Veteran call from Gross there. From our position on the field, couldn't really tell that that was rim. Clearly Gross confident. And not much dispute from the Canadians.
Well, Gross set it up. Can Bondi finish it? Tempted to play it, they will. Leung, awkward hit. This could be it. Gross does it with a swing of the left hand. What a way to finish game one to the United States.
And the burst of emotion from Gross and Bondi, two players that normally like to keep their cool, letting it show right now. That's the beauty of this squad format. They want to get their team rowdy and fired up.
Well, in the meantime, this game on court 2, deep into game 2. Hamilton serving. The U.S., a comfortable margin right now, 17-12. A little high on that lefty swing. Court 3 also underway. Continuing to see the U.S. some good reactions from all the way across the field. Know that they're doing well. We debated which of these C or D nets was going to be the decider. And Henry, it looks like this C net, the Bondi Gross Mathieu Leung matchup, seems to be the one where it's all going to ride on.
Yeah, barring some major changes on these other nets, it definitely is going to be that C net. We saw about as competitive of a game as you can get in game one, going so deep into extras. Ryan and Joe have to be feeling pretty good. The momentum on their side headed into game 2.
Well, here's Prince serving. Marino committing to get that set over to Hamilton, but ends up hitting the floor after a possible hinder as he worked his way across.
Yeah, Max Prince disagreeing, but there was a hinder. And they are going to go to observers here.
First serve, too.
Observers discussing. No visual call.
So they do decide to redo. Prince to Hamilton again. His second serve now. He goes for the drop. Foot fault called. We'll give you a check-in on court 3 here. You see a diving Nelson streaking across the screen.
It's always a pleasant sight when you cut to a net, Jonah.
Love to see some rallies in progress. We've got the U.S. a lead here, not by much, but a slow build is all they need. They took game 1. It's Canada who need game 2 on both net 3 and net 2 right now. It's Laurin serving to Rose. Little backhand. And the diving pull from Rose.
That's
Trademark shot.
Great hold from Rose. And that's one of Laurin's favorite little niche serves. He tosses it out to his left side and then flicks it back with his right hand. Gets a little bit of extra spin on it compared to his regular lefty cut.
You see a little frustration there from Marino. Suggests that that was a break there for Canada. Here is Chris Brown. Second serve from Brown, too high.
Hamilton's going to look for a dagger here, and this is a good situation to do it. If you can get an ace or two right now, close the game quickly before Joe and Ryan start their game on the first net, they could feel that momentum, let it help them ride into game 2 on a high note.
And a big lead here late in this game, 19-15. He swung reverse on the first, goes cut this time with the same hand. They'll play it, and Canada will get that hold no problem. But late here in this game 2, very similar story to game 1. We need to see some magic here from Prince and Brown. Here's Maxime Prince. Go with the right, and that thing is perfect.
Wow. What a serve from Maxime Prince. That offhand cut. Maxime Prince will tell you he's ambidextrous, but he does favor that left hand. So for him to go that wide with the righty, just unreal. Might be too little too late, though.
We'll see. That could be the spark. 17-19. Action on court 1 resuming in just a moment here. We'll bring you that coverage right after this second game wraps up. Here's Prince. Another good serve, this time handled well by Hamilton, and they get the 1-2-3. Now game point for the United States.
Hamilton is such a smart hitter. It's very, very rare for him to choose the wrong shot. That time tooling the body of Max Prince very well.
Ryan Marino, match point here. Will get the U.S. 1 point in the squad match. Here's Brown, a great receive. And he keeps Canada in this fight. 18-20. Brown will get a chance to do this one himself. Prince, a reassuring hand on his shoulder. Trying to get his teammate into this one. And a timeout taken by Hamilton and Marino. Just making sure everything is set for those final few points. Checking in now again. Game 2 in progress on net 3. This is Rose and Nelson against Babin and Laurin. Net 1. Second game underway. Similar story. Canada, early momentum. Nearly had it again there, but a great hold for the U.S.
That's a great set from Joe Bondi. Gross gave him pretty much no time after he got jammed up on the receive, but Bondi just using that finesse, delivering the butter for Gross to put it away.
Well, Bondi now serving, down by 1. It is gorgeous. A high call. We'll take it away.
Joe Bondi is in shock, as is Ryan Gross.
And when Joe Bondi doesn't like a call, you know it's a bad call. Game point here. The final hit from Marino on net 2. The first point here for the U.S. as Marino and Hamilton close it out against Prince and Brown. They now move to the sideline to watch these next 2 matches in progress. Canada still just needs 1 point, but Henry, it looks like it just might be coming down to this first net.
Yeah, if the first game was any indication, this series is going to be a tight one.
He's got one. No, I got it. Play.
Yeah.
It is 3-4. The U.S. down. Ryan Gross now ties it up 4-4.
And Eddy Leung trying to call rim there, but you could tell by Gross's immediate reaction, there was no doubt that that one was clean.
Checking in on court 3. Here's Babin. Great swing from him. You hear the excitement, trying to keep Canada in this game. Not over yet.
That was a great serve there from Babin. But what really beat Rose on the receive was how low that ball came off the net. Rose unable to reach down far enough to get to it.
Well, Babin again. Another good swing, but Nelson handles it well. Big boom. Laurin gets it to Babin. Bad hit. Hits the rim. Checking in once again on court 1. The score here still has not been right on the scoreboard yet, so don't take too much stock in that.
5-4 first.
We'll give you a score update when we have it. Should be 5-4 Canada. They play through. And it does not work. A break for Leung and Mathieu.
That is a great lefty push shot from Mathieu, recognizing that if he tries to hit that far with a pole, Ryan Gross is there to run it down.
Yes.
So he just pushes it right through the body of Bondi. Very cheeky.
Squeaking out that game 1 win was so important for Bondi and Gross. Gives him a little more cushion here. The match will not be on the line if this gets down to the wire with Canada in the lead. Well received by Gross. That was a fantastic serve coming down the line from Leung.
And I think that's a good example of something that doesn't get talked about very often. When you receive a good serve like that, get a good touch, it actually helps your confidence as you move towards the net for your hit. If you can tell yourself, hey, I just received a nice serve, why can't I put this ball away too?
Here's Bondi.
Yes, you're fucking there. Let's go. Come on.
5-6. Checking in once again on court 3. Still a lead for the U.S. Rose serving. Laurin on skates a bit, but the serve will not connect. It's Babin again. We saw his ace earlier. 12-13. Canada very much in this net 3 game this time. Reverse from him. Tough set here, well handled. Both Rose and Nelson connecting.
Yeah, that's a tough set for Rose to get back to the net. But he makes a good choice in just going for the safe spot, going to Nelson's strong right hand where he can boom it away.
Here we are on net 1 again. Just high on that second serve from Joe Bondi. Mathieu. The weapon that his serving is. He'll get a chance to flex that.
Come on, push. Go with me right now. 7-5 first.
8-6.
8-6 first.
No, sorry. My bad, my bad.
7-5 first. Yeah. Sorry.
7-5.
Right fucking there. Keep swinging. Keep swinging. Come on. We're locked in here. Come on.
Vinny, so good at using both hands. Has the reverse down with both of them. Goes lefty cut, won't connect.
That one had a good line to it. It's going to come off low, just glanced off the rim.
Timeout taken by Canada on net 3 after another break for the U.S. Gross serving now to Leung. Well received right at him, a very tough jam, but Leung made it look easy.
Leung, one of the better athletes on the entire Canadian squad, and showing some of it there, diving over the full length of the no-hit zone.
Well, now Leung at 8-6. What a serve. Overhead set, big boom from Gross. Leung tracks it down, little heavy-handed, but now it's the backhand from Leung. Foot touch from Gross, he can't reach it. Another big rally that Canada comes out on top.
We just saw the explosiveness from Leung on the last hit. Now we get to see the agility and the speed to run down that ball, and then a solid set from Mathieu right over the net for Leung's backhand.
Wow.
9-6 first.
9-6 as a result. Reverse, Bondi, good adjustment. Lefty pull, Leung, what a touch. Here's Mathieu, no good. Hits the rim.
Fucking go, Vinny.
What a serve from Bondi. Leung, Gross roofs it. Bondi finds the gap on the left side. No good from Mathieu. What a point.
That soft touch from Ryan Gross, using his height to his full advantage, roofing that ball, jumping up, outstretched arms, and then a great set for Bondi to wrap that ball with his left hand.
Checking in. Court 3 for a moment. Back to court 1 here. Bondi swinging away. Looking for the reverse that time. Bondi on the right, serving 8-9. A good one, but here's Vinny. Big body from Bondi. You hear the communication, and you get the put away from Gross. It's just that easy.
All of a sudden, it's the defense from Spotless. We know how good their serving is, how deadly they are from 7 feet. Now they're just showing off, Jonah.
Incredible.
Come on, Vinny. Come on.
9-9.
Let's go, Joe. Me and you here.
Second serve. No shot! Oh my God, that was so scary. That was almost an insane cut.
That ball turned.
Just hit the rim. Just hit the rim.
Solid 45 degrees off that front rim.
Vinny's turn. Got to play this. Big power from Gross.
I don't really like what I saw from the defensive rotation of the Canadians there. They both rotated towards Gross's left hand at the same exact time and left that righty shot wide open. Not sure what was going on there.
Eventually they collapsed, but because of their positioning initially, they could not close the gap all the way. Nice low stance from Mathieu. That ball was over it. All square at 10. Drop, handled well by Mathieu. Big body from Bondi. The set from Gross, though, not on the money. Bondi reassuring him, but certainly a one that Gross would want back.
Now, we see Spotless starting to get their bodies more involved in defense, and that's what we didn't really see from them in game one. But now they're getting closer to the net, and as a result, getting way more touches.
If this keeps up, it's their game. But still, it is Canada with a slight lead. Great lefty from Leung. Bondi outstretched, able to receive it and put that thing away.
One of the better holds we've seen in this entire series. Bondi leaning over, stretching out the left hand to get it up, and then that off net hit way over the defense's heads.
Late game here in court 3. We'll watch Nelson serve now to Laurin. Great one, but it's handled well by Olivier. Hits the rim on the hit. So a break for the US. They'll take that. Nelson serving from the right. Appears to be game point. And he ends it with a good old Nelly shuffle, baby.
Oh, you love to see that. Getting the Americans fired up, knowing that they just need one more game from Spotless on this first net.
Unreal. The reverse sweep for the US, necessary, but they are 2/3 of the way there. Reverse from Mathieu. Short set from Bondi. Good hit from Gross, just barely.
Wow, a cheeky flick from Gross. That ball barely getting off the net. Phenomenal hold there.
So again, Canada only needed one coming into this round. Now it comes down to this net. Spotless. Bondi and Gross taking the first game. And a fantastic serve from Gross to get this crowd fired up.
Just as the crowd from the other net is filing in to make this fully packed, Ryan Gross unleashes on a lefty cut.
Canada needs to win this second game. And it's going to be hard if Gross is serving like that. Big drop. Leung, backhand, too far.
Good composure from Leung. Crowd shifting towards the American side after taking that third net, and then that ace from Ryan Gross to stay collected, put that ball away with ease.
The World Championship gold medal comes down to this net right here. We're midway through game 2. Canada need to win this second game to force a third. They'll choose to play it. Great touch from Leung. Soft touch. No dice. Very close.
Gross opting for a more obscure hit there, that kind of open flick with the right hand. I think he might have been better off just trying to hit one hard away from the defense instead of trying to split them.
Either way. 14-13.
Hey, see it, come on. Let's go.
We went all the way deep into extras in game 1. Game 2 has extra round net written all over it as well. Bondi rips one, just too high. Tied at 14s, it is Mathieu on the line. The X factor for Canada in this matchup. It's good. And it is good enough to force the error. The set from Gross, so difficult. He made it work, but Bondi just short of the hit.
It's great pressure from Vinny. Didn't rely too much on fakes there. Bondi stayed grounded, but Mathieu put enough pace on that righty cut to force an off touch from Bondi.
Flashbacks to 2 years ago here, Henry. The last World Championship, it came down to the final net just like this. Another big serve. Recovery from Bondi, but Gross can't find it. Vinny is feeling good.
Yeah, Canada getting fired up now. Back-to-back breaks, and the Americans call a timeout to stop the bleeding.
Oh my goodness, what a time for Vinny Mathieu to come alive. Impeccable timing and an impressive final few breaks here midway through, I guess late through this game too.
Yeah, and it is extra clutch because the Americans took that first game of the series. Canada is in a must-win situation over both of the next two games, so they need to start hitting some clutch serves like we just saw. Whereas for the Americans, yeah, you don't need to win this game because you took that game one, but you don't really want to let it get to a game three where it's just a coin flip at that point.
Game three with Canada with the momentum as they would have at that point with the crowd on their side. It would be an uphill climb for Bondi and Gross, to say the least.
And I really think this next point coming out of the timeout is huge. If Bondi and Gross can get the ball back in their hands as soon as possible, we know that there's a solid chance they'll generate a break or two before we get to that target number of 21. But if Vinny can land another ace, get some more pressure on him, and force another break off the rip out of this timeout, that could be the difference.
And we will see that difference now. Mathieu looking for 3 in a row. 16-14 Canada. Going to play it. Bondi swings hard. What a touch for Mathieu. Bondi can't get it. Another break. 3 in a row for Team Canada.
A dagger of a hand touch from Vinny. You're playing through a fault from Mathieu. Easy set, right over the net. Bondi slams a hit, but Mathieu's hand too good. It's that straight up for Leung to put it away.
The U.S. chance drowned out by the hype the Canadian team has behind them right now. And there's another one from Vinny Mathieu.
That is absolutely ridiculous from Vinny Mathieu. That might be the best, widest cut serve we've seen all day, Jonah.
The Canadian crowd losing their minds. Another quick swing. Touch from Leung. My God. You can just see. Now that the momentum is on their side, they're getting more touches. They're feeling good, and now we are deep in game 2. This one now has Canada all over it. Here's Gross. Handled well by Leung. Great touch from Bondi. Up, missed. Did not hit the net there, Bondi. A missed opportunity to be sure.
And Bondi vigorously shaking his head at himself after that point. The set wasn't perfect from Gross, but Bondi's a solid enough hitter that he normally gets those on the net at the very least.
That's the influence of the crowd you're seeing. That's the influence of the tide turning in this game. Leung. They'll play through.
Again.
Another touch. That ball's not coming back. Ball goes to Bondi.
And Leung, we mentioned he's athletic, but that play, I'm not sure any human could have been there.
16-19.
Yes, come on.
Small adjustment.
It'll have to be on his second serve. Good swing. Great finish from Mathieu. Game point.
It's a huge hold against the better server of this American duo, Joe Bondi. It's a good cut serve, but Vinny Mathieu too good on receive.
And guess who has a chance to close out the game? Vinny Mathieu. 2016. Canada needs this win to force game 3. No good. It'll come down to Gross. He needs 3. They're playing through.
Yep.
Good touch from Bondi. Gross cannot get there. Game 2 to Canada. This is not over just yet.
We draw it up any better, Jonah.
Nope. We could not. What a way to close out the World Championship. The finals going all the way to the final net, to the 3rd game